How did Yahusha live a sinless life before his ministry? Everyone talks about the miracles of Yahusha, his baptism, his resurrection, his power. But what about his childhood? How did he live before anyone knew who he was? Did he ever mess up? Was he tempted? Did he sin? In this video, we'll look at what Scripture actually says about Yahusha's life before his ministry and how he lived a completely sinless life, even as a child. What Scripture tells us about his early life. While the Bible doesn't give us detailed stories about Yahusha's childhood, it gives us something more powerful, a glimpse into his character and growth. Luke 2:40 says, "And the child grew and became strong in spirit, filled with wisdom, and the favor of Elohim was upon him." Luke 2:52 also says, "And Yahusha increased in wisdom and stature, and in favor with Elohim and men." He grew physically, spiritually, emotionally. He learned obedience, not through failure, but through perfect submission to Yahuwah. Yahusha was not a magical child robot. He was real, human, but without sin. The false stories and what to do with them. Some ancient writings, like the infancy Gospel of Thomas, claim Yahusha struck other children dead in anger, then brought them back to life. But Scripture says clearly, 1 Peter 2:22, "He committed no sin, and no deceit was found in his mouth." Isaiah 53:9, "He had done no violence." If Yahusha ever acted in pride or rage, he would have disqualified himself as the spotless lamb. These stories might be ancient, but they are not inspired. What sinless actually means. So what does it really mean that Yahusha was sinless? First, John 3:4 says sin is lawlessness. Yahusha kept the Torah perfectly. He honored his parents, helped others, and lived with no selfishness, no pride, no rebellion. He never lied, never cheated, never disobeyed Yahuwah, not even once. And yet, he still had to learn, just like we do. Hebrews 5:8. Though he was a son, he learned obedience by the things which he suffered. His sinlessness wasn't automatic. It was a daily choice, every moment, from childhood onward. What we can learn. We may not know every detail about Yahusha's early life, but we know this: he was the perfect example, even in the years nobody saw. Hebrews 4:15 says, "He was tempted in every way, just as we are, yet without sin." That means Yahusha understands your struggle. He knows what it's like to grow up in a world full of darkness and walk in light anyway. He chose obedience as a child. He chose purity as a teen. He chose surrender as a man. From the cradle to the cross, Yahusha never sinned, so that he could be the perfect offering for us. Don't ever think he started being perfect at baptism. His whole life was a testimony, even before the crowds, even before the miracles. Yahusha walked in sinlessness, so you could walk in freedom. May Yahuah soften our hearts